What's up, everybody? It's Amon-Rellik, the Godslayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. We're back, and you know what it is. Conan Exiles, the Age of Sorcery is here. We're going to make this a quick beginner's guide into getting started with the Age of Sorcery. Please excuse my my frame rate drops here. A lot of people are online. Let's take a look and see what the server player list look like. Oh, yeah. It's alive and popping, man. It's alive and popping. Live and popping right now. So what we're going to start off is where you get sorcery. I'm not going to do a lot of running around, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to the map. This is where I know to get it on this map. I have not yet been able to try the Sifter map yet, so please forgive me for not knowing that. But on the Exiled Lands map, on E5, Shellback Hollow, you will enter this place, which will be right up in here, right next to this. You'll see this Safari camp right across the river. You'll see a little cave you can go into, and you'll just fight your way through the shellbacks. There'll be corrupted shellbacks, I believe. You'll fight your way back there to the back, and you'll see a book, and the book will will be in your inventory. Once you touch it, it'll be in your inventory, and this arcane staff will be in your inventory. Then you will, of course, take this book and whatnot back to your home. And if I remember correctly, it'll give you the ability to create this Thormaturg Bench, which, of course, with the new building system, you'll need to craft a construction hammer, and then if you press the F key, you'll be able to bring up your building pieces, and you'll of course build this. It'll actually tell you how much you need. Of course, you need 300 stone, 50 crystal, and 50 iron bar for it, and you can just set it down. Once you've done that, you'll then place the book inside of here, because if you notice, if you take the book out, the book disappears. When you put the books back in, the book will be there. So what you would do is you would put the books in, and you would gather whatever materials that you need. Like, for instance, this Sorceress spell page. You find these on Dead Sorcerers, because now there are new NPCs called Sorceress. They look like this guy right here, and they'll be standing around, and they're usually in all the main camps. So you'll see them in like the you'll see them in, I don't know why I'm so close up, you'll see them in like the Den, you'll see them in Asgarth, you'll see them in the mounds, you'll see them in all the major camps, and it's usually two. I've seen that there's usually two, and you'll see somebody already have been sacrificed and all that good stuff, and you can just kill them, and they'll probably and they have a chance to have this Sorceress spell page. They also have a chance to drop these failed ones as well, but you can use 10 of them to make a research, which will allow you to get these Dead Sorceress maps. And the Dead Sorceress maps just basically give you hints as to where certain, like if you use it, it'll give you hints to where stuff is, and basically this is that same place. This is that same place that gets your quest started. It's pointing to this place. So the Dead Sorcerers map isn't really all, because like if you notice, it's all the same thing. So it's not necessarily, once you have it, you don't need these anymore. But I just wanted to show you that, you know, every Sorcerer's map you get is going to be the same thing. And it'll start off small. I think the first thing you'll need to do to upgrade will be like dead flesh, and I think it's dead flesh and something, and like a bone or some shit like that. And the next one is like glowing goop and something like that, and that's the second one. I'm on the third one now. I need 1 human flesh and 15 volatile glands, and of course I need to get another sorceress spell page. So you know, that'll be something that, you know, I can probably get from here. I believe I get a chance for it, I think, here from each one of these 10. I think it either turns into either Dead Sorceress map, or into the spell page, or into these Skelos Cultist Master Scrolls, which basically allows you to craft this armor. So once you have that, you'll be able to upgrade, and then you'll get spells. And in your inventory screen, when you go to your knowledge and go to sorcery, it'll show you the spells that you've acquired, and these spells are words of power. All right, so I have Imbued Wisp, Embed Wisp, Slow Fall, Ice Bridge, and Reveal Corruption. And the Abyssal mounts, whether it's the Rhino or the Horse, they are spawned with a different, completely different. They're spawned with the Circle of Power, and I have one of those already created in here. And this is the sacrificial thing, and this works kind of like how you would drag enemies, knocked out enemies onto the wheels of pain. You would drag somebody and you would put them on to this, and then of course you would sacrifice them for their blood or their souls, and that's what's gonna give you the sacrificial blood you need. And you would take that sacrificial blood over to the Alchemist Bench, and this is where you can craft the pouches. You need these pouches in order to cast spells. The basic pouches for your basic spells, pretty cheap. 1 bone, 1 putrid meat, 5 twine. So at least you got more uses now for your putrid meat and all that bone you probably have. The leather pouches, I think these are for the more powerful spells. Thick leather, alchemy base, weathered skull, and of course the sacrificial blood in a flask. The cloth, I believe these are for the invisibility spells. I believe they might be for those. You need gold, bone meal, gold dust, demon blood, and leather. All right. So now, let's take a look at how this works. I don't think I have any real pouches on me that I could use. Maybe I do. Maybe I might have. No, it's leather, and I don't have any full-blown pouches on me to use just yet. Maybe I can probably pull some. I can pull some bone out of here. Maybe I can make a few pouches real quick. Kind of show you what some of the basic spells look like. Again, I do not have any of the high-level spells yet. I'm still aiming for those. But we do have, okay, we need twine. If I remember correctly, I know I had a crap ton of, yeah, we had a crap ton of, let's just grab that and we'll split that. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and just make a bunch of twine like that. And this will be good because I can actually see and show you how many pouches it makes for one of these. So we craft that one and it gives us 1 pouch. And the pouch itself weighs 1 pound. So we're gonna try to make about like 3 or 4 of these. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna kind of show you some of the spells that I've gotten my hands on. There we go. We'll craft 2 more of those. And these have to be in your inventory, of course, when you're casting. So keep that in mind. It'll probably be something you'll want to, craft in mass, and then, as you do, you can just either store them, because they don't have a timer or anything, so you can just store them. Or you also get them from killing the sorcerers as well. You can actually bring them back though as thralls to put on this bench. That's mainly what they're for, is to put them on that bench. All right. So now let's tell you how this works. When you pull, we're gonna put it over here. When you unsheath it, whatever your light attack button is or your heavy attack button is, whether it's a mouse and keyboard or whether you're on a controller, just basically whatever button you use for your heavy or light attack, if you press it once, you're gonna go into the initial screen, the initial casting phase, because it goes into 2 phases. Well, actually 3 phases. The first phase is the group of spells in which you want to access. So this one allows me to reveal corruption. Now, if you notice, there's no cost up under it. All right. Now, in this particular, in this stance, if you see my little staff, my little scepter. You see how it's got that bluish, grayish, whitish hue. And if I turn it to a certain direction, you see how it gets bright. That's showing me the direction in which something that possesses corruption is. This is how you would track corruption. Because if you notice, if I turn this way, it's gone. But if I turn like this, there it is again. Now on the map, I'm looking directly at New Asgarth. That is exactly where this is basically where you can use this to find the different sorcerers to go kill or bring back home. You can find them this way. And it also allows you to find players who are corrupted and stuff like that, and reveal corrupted people who are hiding and stuff like that. Because there are invisibility spells. So now if you want to get rid of this, there's 2 ways. You can go back to the same thing, and then of course pick the spell again, and you can end it like that, or you can end the spell just by switching to your weapons, because you cannot use your weapons and it at the same time. You have to either spell cast or fight with your weapons. Now, the usually way it goes in any others. Oh, we got some players down there running around having a good old day, good old time. Is bring up the menu. Find the main sub spells you want to use.
Shug.
And then you will have to pick the spell itself. Create a frozen bridge or a gust of wind to basically slow fall, so that you can jump from very, very high heights and not die. Now, if you notice, it shows that burlap pouch, right? Because it costs 1 to cast it. And if you don't want to use it, you can hit the heavy button to just completely cancel the heavy attack button. Same thing with the middle one.
Linga.
And this will allow you to see in the dark. I can either illuminate the path by having a light that flows, a soul that flows around me, or I can have it fixed to a location. Now, if you notice, I got a little corrupted when I do that. If you look at my health at the top of the screen, I'm all of a sudden I got a little bit of corruption. For each time you successfully use a spell, an actual spell, you're going to gather corruption. Now, this stays up for a pretty long time, which is pretty cool. I like that. And it lights up pretty well. Like it's you'll probably notice it better when it's in the dead of night, but it lights you up pretty well. We need to go over here and get some to drink water before I die. There we go. We'll go ahead and grab some to eat. Now, if you want to look at something really cool, let's head inside and let's climb up. No. And again, the other spell, basically that's like a mage like this. It actually sticks to things. Let's say you're in PvP and somebody's base is right over there, right? And you're like, damn, I can't get to that base. You know, jumping over there would be crazy right now. But what if?
Shug. Untitled.
Now you see how far it is? And now wherever you aimed at is going to seek to find ground close enough. It can be climbed and it can be destroyed. So you got to be careful about that. Now again, these are your beginner spells. You get these ice ones, and you get the ice bridge at the very beginning. Like as soon as you go to that cave and initially get them, you'll get the ice spell and the detect. Now that needs to be worked on. I mean, it goes away pretty fast, but yeah, that animation probably needs to be worked on. Another one is the slow fall one. As you already probably know, jumping from a ridiculous height will give you, would be detrimental to your health. Let's say, for instance, I jumped from this to the floor, I would take massive damage. Well, somewhat massive damage, right? If I just ran off and just jumped, right, I'd take some serious damage. But
Shug. Ya Shug.
now I can run, jump, and no damage. Not only that, but my forward jump itself, it's like I'm running on air. It's like I'm puffed up on clouds. Nice, isn't it? Nice. Like, let's say I'm climbing up this right here, right? Let's see if I can climb. Hold on, let me get off of here first. Just to kind of show you what I mean here. And let's say all of a sudden I just needed to, oh shoot, I gotta get off real quick. No damage. No damage, baby. No damage. It's beautiful. And it lasts pretty decent. As you can see, slow fall still active, and it's gone. Alright, so we have that one. And again, there is a maximum distance to how far the ice bridge will go, but it will attempt to latch on to another building. Like for instance, if I keep things stuck on, if I keep things aimed at here. Let me see.
Shug. Untitled.
It should attempt to try and latch on. Yep. There you go. And so now getting onto other people's bases, pretty easy, pretty easy. Now, what I want to also see, do I have enough for, I got enough for another one. And, excuse me, anybody who's at this base. This would be a perfect example. Let's say I wanted to raid this base, right? Right, let's say I wanted to raid this base. Let's say it's the middle of the night, right? Middle of the night. Oh shoot. Middle of the night. Nobody can see me, right? No, I'm out here raiding in the dark, right? And all I need to do is just get up here, right? Oh, no. I just get up here. You know how we do as raiders. We find ways, right? No. You know, we just gonna find a way. We gonna find a way to get up here, right? We'll wait. Alright, we'll wait. Not sure why I'm constantly going that way, but, you know. There we go. We did it, right? Alright. And let's say I wanted to try and get over there into that base. And let's say I wanted to try and get over there, way over there, right? I would.
Shug. Untitled.
Look at that. That's ridiculous.
Shug. Untitled. Shug. Shug. Ya Shug. Ya Shug. Linga. Linga. Punta Ore. Gata Ore. Shug. Vegas. Katish to Teb Yog.
Now, if I know they probably was thinking like, how the heck, what the hell is he doing on top of our base? But you see what I mean? Like, it's easy. You see how far it reached? To it reached so very far to get up on top of that base. And again, all I gotta do is put this away, and the original that corruption spell goes away. And you'll get more and more spells as you go along. And oh, he's probably trying to see what's up in here. Now, this is after me basically upgrading the tome twice after I initially got it. So you're gonna get tons of more spells later on, especially for instance, I have a tier 4 of I have a tier 4. I think she should be ready. Yep. Yindra of Zamoria. She is a tier 4 sorcerer. So I'm not sure exactly what she's going to, because putting the tier 3 on there allowed me to get these two. I'm gonna see what putting that tier 4 on there does. Okay, the tier 4 doesn't really change that. Yeah, tier 4 doesn't really change that. Still the same thing. Alright. Still the same thing. But that's still cool. And I'm not sure if you can put the tier 4, if you can put these sorcerers on anything else. I don't think you really can. And I don't think you can even place them out on the ground. Nope. So they're not combat. They are not combat thralls whatsoever. But those are the basics, guys. Those are the basics. Again, once you have your wand, it's a 3-step process usually. It's readying the selection, picking one,
Linga.
and then picking the spell in that category. And as you can see, it says missing burlap pouch. So yeah, that's gonna be your grind. Ooh. That's gonna be your grind. It's gonna be to grab humans, drag them back here, sacrifice them. If you want the larger pouches, sacrifice them and get the larger pouch. Like for instance, what you would do is you would sacrifice them, get the blood. Then you would, with that blood, you would take that blood in the flask, make the and you would oh yeah, that's right. I need that's right. The blood in the flask, and you would make one of these, and you would take that one to the alchemy. Or you could take their soul and put their soul in the flask by itself. But that's if you want to do more advanced spells. These spells that I just showed you don't even take that much. Like that's the reason why I believe those spells are going to probably break PvP, is because of how cheap those spells are. Like those are done with the regular burlap. It's 5. It's 5 twine, 1 putrid meat, 1 bone. And I was able to bypass all of that. I was able to bypass all of that guy's, little defenses right there. Like whatever he had built right there, I was able to just get on top of that, build a bridge over to it, and now I'm on top, and I can bomb my way in from the top down. It's gonna change the way. It's gonna change the way people build their bases. Like you're not gonna want to build your base against or near any kind of mountain structure. You're gonna want your bases to be on flat, open land, like away from anything that can be climbed up and stood upon. Which is kind of gonna be kind of weird because most of the time your desire is to make bases that are in cuts, like off in the cut. That'll probably be the only thing. Like cave bases will probably be the new true meta, I would think, because at least in that sense, you wouldn't have to worry about people, just sliding on in. You know what I mean? Just sliding on in like that. Because like you saw him, he looked up and was like, "What the hell? It's this big old ice bridge." Now, mind you, it can be destroyed. People can destroy the ice bridge. And from what I've heard, it doesn't take that much to destroy it. But if you can pop that bad boy and run across, especially if you're like getting offline or if you're offlining somebody, that getting into somebody's base like that is a breeze. Like And like I said, it's so easy to craft. Look how, and again, it should be because at the end of the day, these are mainly utility spells. You know, these are mainly utility spells, and if you want, we can even show you this. I showed you going from one platform to another, but let's say I won't keep abusing their base. I'm gonna use my own. Let's say I wanted to go up, right? Oop. Let me do that. I can stand at the base.
Shug.
And all I gotta do is, as soon as I hit this, aim up there.
Untitled.
Now from here, I could probably, let's say this had uncombables on it, right? So I can't climb those, right? Cool. Then all I need to do is just stand back a little further. Because you see, I was probably too close. Because that reaches farther than that. That reaches farther than that. So let's say I stood back here instead.
Shug. Untitled.
Ooh. I just made ice. I just made an ice bridge clean over what would be what would basically be their unclimbables. This is going to be good for like alpha clans who like to yeah, to see this server's being really laggy right now. And for one reason why is because we have a lot of people. Woo, we have a lot of people on the server that that build very big. And on top of that, there's a lot of people who've been building on this server. But like this is gonna change the way people build, I believe, more than fighting, because there's plenty of ways to get around the because if you notice, I'm not super corrupted in any form of fashion. Now, once you become corrupted, of course, these attributes here, which you can quickly read over them. Like I said, this is a no nonsense review for real. I'm not going to sit here and try and read everything to you, but I will stop everything and give it a little bit of pause so you can read what they are. This is my particular build that I would probably go with if I was in PvP, simply because people right now are complaining that you know, I think they're looking at the thralls the wrong way, because the thralls now, if you want them to be as powerful as they usually are, you're gonna need to go all the way to max in authority, you know, because that's gonna basically be the, you know, it's gonna be the bread and butter for what your thralls are capable of. And I'll show you this right before we end the video as well, so you can take a look at those. Now, these are just the regular abilities. Once I become fully corrupted, I'll be able to corrupt my abilities and go into corrupted stuff. And I'll probably show the corrupted stuff later on if you guys haven't seen it already for yourselves. But I did want to make this video here. I didn't want it to be an hour long, but 30 minutes or so. All right, let's take a look at this. I'm at 20 authority. This is a tier 3 bearer, and she's got 6,964 health, right? And her stats are as follows. She got nice agility and she got nice vitality +5. Cool, right? Awesome. But you're like, hold on a second, tier 3 bear, and I've been, and she's got 20 vitality. She should be up there damn near 10k. Yeah, she was. Before the change, her natural health was 10k. It was a little over 10k, but they changed it up and they nerfed the thralls very, 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 very big. So now, if you notice, she's not following me. Once I have her follow me though, look how her health just drops, right? Now let's take a look at her health. Now her health is 11,682, and she gets +20 to strength, +20 to agility because she's already getting 5 from high strung, +20 to vitality because she's already getting 5 from relentless, and +17 to grit. All of those stats simply because I went full authority. And again, this is applying, and if you notice, all her health came back. And if we look at her one more time, she's back to old pawn, back to old weakling. Now I get it. A lot of people are mad because a lot of the time that they put in to build their thralls up has kind of been negated. But I think they did this because of the fact that they were trying to, I think it seems like they're trying to push people or clans into having specific roles in the clans instead of everybody just playing the exact same way. But of course, you can't introduce one thing without pissing off somebody. So we're gonna look at our Berserker. This Berserker is level 12 with 3,346 health. Hell, this other Berserker over here, which I believe is leveled nearly the same. Yep, 3,286 health. Now this Berserker is the one I've been working on, so we're gonna play with this one. 36. They're getting the +3 from Assassin. 18 +3 from the Assassin. 38 vitality, 0 in grit. Alright? And the armor they possess is 1,071. If I have him follow me, he now gets 1,000. Now he gets 4,151 in health. He now gets 23 in grit, 23 in agility, 20 in vitality, and 20 in grit. And of course, the other 3 is coming from, of course, Assassin. And when it comes to his armor, he has 1,231. So basically, if you want your thralls to be anywhere as good as they were, you're gonna need to go full in authority. And technically, because of that, your thralls, at least it would seem math-wise, your thralls are actually stronger now than they were before, only if you take authority to its fullest. Last thing I'm gonna say is I think that at the end of the day, you're gonna probably see a lot of people in PvP going full authority with archer thralls. Be that archers rarely miss, and with a decently armored archer thrall, especially if you can get a hold of Breath of the Red Mother, Reach of the Red Mother, and get you some good, decent, hardened steel or higher arrows, you can do serious damage, especially considering that a lot of people are probably going to be wanting to fondle around with the corruption and shit like that. So people with corrupted perks, like right now I have 400 health, right? And I've taken my vitality up to 2, and I got 400 health, right? Now, that would cap me down to 200 health if I was in full corruption mode. And then once you actually corrupt these attributes, once you corrupt them, you'll be stuck that way to where not even the dancers will be able to get rid of your corruption. You would have to literally respec with the Yellow Lotus potions in order to get rid of that corruption. So imagine trying to fight somebody in PvP and you're trying to use, your corrupted skills alongside your corrupted attributes, and you're fighting somebody who's gone full who's going full authority with archers. You can already imagine with a full corruption, half of your health bar is already in gray. So it's only going to take maybe 3 or 4, maybe less than that, maybe 2 or 3 shots, especially if they've got Berserkers, because that's what those 2 that I showed you inside, those are Berserkers, and you got to think, if you look at a Berserker with 36 plus 23 to strength, I'm not even sure how that will even calculate in terms of what that looks like. Like, I haven't really seen, the amount of damage. I've seen what she can do with a Jaws Bane, and she hits pretty hard with a Jaws Bane with my setup, but against players, I know we get hit harder than other NPCs do when they hit each other. So it's gonna be a weird meta in the PvP, and in the PvE, it's gonna add some flavor because there's more spells. And in the next video, I'll come up with some more. I'll show you some more spells that I get my hands on, because again, this is a grind. This is not. They don't hand you everything, so you got to go out there and get some things done. But thanks guys for watching. Amon-Rellik the Godslayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. Sorcery is here, and it's about to shake up a lot of stuff. We out.